Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Glad you made it. It's a social production. We're doing it. No, I'm not on a trampoline. We're just a little bit excited. We're getting it going today. We're getting it going today. It's a little bit Irish there. A little bit Irish there for you. We're getting it going today. Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back. Glad you made it. It's not a social production. We're doing it on Friday, January the 26th, 2024. Thank you for joining me. If it's your first time, buckle up, buckle down. Where can you find these videos? On Instagram. Follow me there if you like. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. Help your boy, help yourself. You get it on a weekly, Wednesdays and Fridays. If you'd like to check out patreon.com/robsadri to fiscally, financially support this show. So you see the snowball that's rolling down a hill. You're like, I like to add to this snowball. That's where you can go and add to the snowball. If you've been with me from the get-go, sending all the love right back to you. Wherever you're tuning in from, whether it's Toronto, Ontario, Canada, over there, in Vancouver, BC, anywhere down south in the United States, further down south in Mexico, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Antarctica, Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, Australia, Singapore, Armenia, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, hello. What's going on in the Congo? What's going on everywhere? Essentially, we are a global family. So thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for letting me be a part of yours. Let's get a sip of this, and it's Friday. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Let's do it together. Separately, but together. And today's motif, today's focal point, today's moral of the story. I want to talk a little bit about love. I want to talk a little bit about emotions, relationships, the nitty, the gritty, the stuff that makes our hearts skip a beat, the stuff that makes us realize that our hearts are skipping a beat, the stuff that makes us seek out for help. And you're like, oh my God, my heartbeat is uneven. What do I do? If it's a pattern, if it's chronic, skipping at the old heartbeat, see a physician, see your MD, see a paramedic. Can't afford one. Lineups are too long. Emergency rooms are full. See a family member who's potentially a med student. Hopefully you got somebody in the family who's at least a medical student. Hopefully you have somebody in high school that maybe they're taking biology. Who knows? Maybe your child is learning about the basics of somebody. Get a local shaman, get a local medicine man or a medicine woman if you can't afford regular health care. If you can afford regular health care on a daily basis, that's good too. So check out the doctors and see what they're saying according to medical procedures. Make sure your heart is not skipping too many beats, because you don't want to just be like, oh, I'm in love. Well, no, dude, you're having a heart attack, man. You're gonna go. Oh man, you're gonna have a stroke right about any second now. It could be or it could be love. It could just be love. It could be just fine, man. You could see the medicine man. You could see the medicine lady. You could see a doula. You could see a wet nurse. You could see the driest of nurses. You could see somebody who's just into whatever, the human chemistry, whatever. Doesn't matter who you see, but it might just be heartbeats that are, oh yeah, I feel something there. And all of us have felt it at one point or another. That's what love is. That's what sometimes it starts as like, and it goes into deeper depths of like, which is love essentially. And we start from, you start from a young age, and it's not quite, every stage has its own forms of like and love. When you're young, you see somebody you don't even know what it is. When you're, oh man, those first likes or those first loves, those were exhilarating, because you have no preconceived notion of what's what. It's just raw human interaction and that's beautiful. That's beautiful, and you experience that perhaps as a child, and then you grow into your adolescence, and that's a different type of love as well, or like that might flourish into love. Who knows? And then you get into your early adult stage. That's a different time, and so we have many of, because that's what it is, baby. We live from 0 to 150 nowadays. Let's go. I want to see more. I want to see more people pushing past 100. Let's do it together. I want to see more Scottish ladies just fucking sipping on whiskey, going above 100. I want to see a Malaysian lady, climbing a mountain, just with a goat strapped to her back, just pushing 120. I want to see an Afghan man just smoke opium and just fucking go in and out of caves until he's ready to come out and be like, I saw this thing in a cave. Maybe he's got regular residentials too, dude. You don't just because it's a mountainous region. Doesn't mean that there are probably people in caves. I'll say that too. So just reach. Maybe there's somebody out in the jungle, in the depths of the rainforest, somewhere in South America, who's pushing 131 right now, just sipping on, whatever he got his hands, leaves, brewed leaves and spices, and he's stabbing a frog, and he's sniffing that frog's asshole right there, just so he can get an extra euro or two. Shout out to that man. Let's come. Or maybe there's somebody in Western Europe or North America, dieting, exercising, getting up with a pattern, with a routine. At 5 o'clock, you get up at 5, 30 minutes to an hour workout, man, will get you ready for your day. And then he goes out there, or she goes out there, and conquers the whatever world they're in. Finance, cha-ching, let's go with the numbers. Tech industry, you're involved in AI, nothing gets you ready for AI like a nice green juice that you don't even know what's in the green juice, homie, but just sip it anyway because it's good for you. But don't just rely on juice, dude, because you don't want to lose the grip on that jaw, you know what I'm saying? Because later on in life it comes, what a mouth doing. You don't want to be like, I've just been reliant on liquid greens for my nutrients. I'm sorry, I'm not good at giving head. I should have thought about that. That's why you choose steak, I think. One of the reasons why you choose steak. The rubbery, you get the fat, get that marble in there. Chew on a piece of, just get the marble, forget the actual meat. Just want you to, if you could just, you see something rubbery, thick, just put it in your mouth and chew on it, so to, exert a lot of energy and build that huge jaw muscle, so that when it comes time to give head, you give good head. A lot of people might see, that's a loose tire on the side of the road. You've seen it you'll see it every once in a while on the side of the highway, on the side of the streets, roads. Oh, that's a loose tire. Somebody's tire popped or whatever. Or it's just a thick piece of rubber. Put it in your mouth, chew on it. That shit's gonna last forever. Sure, it wasn't good enough for the car, but the mileage, you can chew on that for literally months, years. Just get that square jaw, get that diamond jaw, get that octagon of a jaw, get that hexagonal jaw, get that trapezoid jaw, whatever angles you were, just get a circular, just get a nice spherical jaw. You know what I'm saying? That comes from, you gotta rotate. Make sure you're chewing with every separate tooth, one tooth at a time. You know what I mean? Like 30 minutes on each tooth. It'll eventually bring about the perfect symmetry that you're looking for and give you a nice spherical jaw. Like a nice, when a frog is about to just get ready to take down a mosquito, they puff up, and I want you to aim for that look. That's the look of the future. Just fucking spherical jaws. Look at this spherical jaw. They'll say that. Look at her tiny spherical jaw. What a beautiful jaw, or whatevs, man. It might not catch on. I'm not sure, but we gotta try different shapes. We gotta try different sizes, because if you keep doing the same thing, then maybe if the same thing works, if it's not broken, don't worry about warranty. If it's not broken, don't lose sleep over it. If it's not broken and you're having buyer's remorse, well, it's too late now. So if you're gonna go break it, thinking you're gonna return it, 30 days has gone by, sir, madam, and where's your receipt? Oh, I can't find my receipt. Oh, well, I can't refund you now, can I? Oh, look me up in the system. Must be in the system. I can print you out a transcript of my old Visa card. Oh, these are all the transactions in my Visa card from last week. You'll say that, but I just keep looking at your spherical little jaw, and I'm like, no can do. You already bought it. But we do like to take care of clients. This one time, I'm willing to make an exception, and I will, I'll reward you a gift card or something. I don't even know what we're talking about today. We're talking about love, of course. We're talking about we're talking about different forms of relationships. Not relation boats, not relation, paddle boards, not relation steamboats, not relation, kayaks, not relation canoes, not relation surfboards, not relation paragliding, I'll say that, not relation airplanes, relationships specifically, a vessel that'll carry you from A to B. And then some. Yes, there will be times where the waves are high, and those are wavy times. And then ride the wave, baby. And there will be times where it's just steady. It's steady sailing, and you're in it. You're knee deep in the game of love, whatever you're into. And it's nice, ladies and gents, it's nice. Speaking from experience, and I can only speak for myself and the entire human population, that's the populace that I represent. You know, I can only speak for myself and 8 billion others and, you know, represent essentially. So speaking for myself, I've experienced some of you again. If you've been with, and I'm experiencing life as I'm going through it as well, just like you guys and gals out there. So, you know, I've had my experiences, but I'm still experiencing it. The many pages are left on this guy's book of life, I hope, or something. I don't know, but like that's the thing, you know, 150 for this guy as well, pushing forward to it. So many pages are left still empty, still yet to be written, still yet to be explored. Many dates are meant to be had. Maybe not so many dates. Maybe not. We'll see. It doesn't matter. The point is, I've had my share of likes and loves, and it was all good experience. It was all wins. It was all W's for everybody. It was all, you know, they all worked out. They all worked out. All my relationships worked out the way they were supposed to work out. Because I don't know. Sometimes people say, yeah, this thing either worked out or it didn't work out. But did anything really ever not work out? Think about that. Think about, because they say the things that you experience, whatever, you know, it depends on how you look at it. They bring you to the place that you are now in life. And looking at things where I'm at like in life right now, you know, so it's all, you know, so it's all W's for everybody, and it's all just the takeaway is you learn and you grow. And it's good to experience different types of likes, loves, and relationships. But, you know, recently I've been hearing more of, I did say this on Wednesday, didn't I? Towards the end, if you go back to the last episode, you check it out, you'll notice we're going to be talking about love and different types of relationships. Monogamy or monogamy, polyamory or polyamory, all different sorts of love, like relationships. I've only experienced, you know, in different lengths, forms of monogamy. I've never had an, you know, experience in any sort of relationship. You know, I've had a relationship that, you know, relationships that have probably lasted a few years, couple of years here and there, give or take, whatever was counting. I've also had relationships that lasted, you know, several months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever. Also had relationships which were really, you know, short and sweet. The shortest and the sweetest. Oh man, those are sometimes the best kind, depending on where you're at in life. So those are nice too. The relationships that are like once, twice, maybe 3 times, and that is it. And we all have a ball. So that's great, and that's great. But I've been reading. At least the terminology's been popping up on my radar a little bit more. We are, you know, I think we've experienced different forms all the time. It's just like, it's good to, as we advance as humans, as we get to live longer and, you know, learn and grow more, we get to experience more, and our horizons are expanding. And perhaps they've always been expanded. Don't go expanding your horizon too. You don't want a gaping horizon, dude. Next thing you know, it's all loose horizon and everything's just loose. Try putting it back into the horizon. Way too much gaping. Way too much. But that's fine. Sometimes it's good to open up your horizon. That's what it is. So I've been reading articles. I've been seeing, you know, headlines. I've been seeing people talk about it. I'm also I'm out there doing my thing, but mostly I am, because just like, you know, your boy likes to go get it. Very much focused on, you know, what I'm doing in life. Mostly is concentrated around, you know, comedy. And that's my work, and that's what I like to, you know. And I'm very new in the whole thing. Still very, you know, so many things to learn, so many steps to take. Still very green, still very fresh, still a baby. You know, just, you know, starting to gain momentum little by little. Just then here and there but that's how you learn. That's how you grow. So very much focused on that aspect of my life. So I'm not giving anything else much attention. I am there. I'm out there. I'm out there, not to say that I'm not out there, dude, doing my thing, ladies. I'm out there. Not much, though. Mostly it's low-key activities and nothing of the serious, you know, again, so that's what it is. That's where I am in life, you know, open, out there, experiencing things. I'll say this, let's get into it. I mean, things that I've experienced, we already know what I've experienced a little bit, you know, a little bit forms of monogamy, you know, relationships that have been a little bit here, a little bit there, you know, a year or two, few months, days, hours, perhaps, maybe just a day. But yeah, if we're talking like fantasy right now, if we're talking about like legit, if it was just like, yo, I have thought about this a little bit. I would like to, if this could happen, and it is my fantasy after all. It's my, but it could turn into a reality. It could very easily turn into a reality. Man, oh man, I can't wait. My ideal situation, I'm not putting like a time limit on it or how long it's gonna have to be or like what, but at one point, I would like to experience fantasy, but also maybe reality. I don't know. Relationship with two chicks. Okay, get this, but not just for the, yes. There is all the obvious, the physical, the sensual, the sexuals, which is nice. Which is, I've never actually had a threesome. That's something that I've been, lately. I'm like, it's time to, take a couple of things off the old so we can progress forward and see what's up, dude. Maybe that's maybe threesomes are the shit for life, and that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, it would be nice because I'd like to get in a relationship with two females. That'd be nice, but not just two regular females though. I don't want just two. Ideally, in my fantasy world, I would be in a relationship with two chicks who do karate, who do mad jujitsu, who do fucking, MMAs, who do, I don't know. There is something to that. Just, maybe the three of us do karate. Maybe the three of us do karate, and then maybe the three of us, maybe we do other activities that aren't karate oriented, if you catch my drift. Maybe we do activities that have nothing to do with karate, man. Maybe you see us doing karate all the time, but there are things that we do in the light. No wait, in the dark, in the dark and light. It's, there is a little bit. It's cloudy, so it's like not too dark, not too light. We do things that are not karate related, such as cooking. Cooking. What did you think? What did you think, you sick pervert out there? What did you think we were doing outside of karate, outside of cooking, outside of spending time in the kitchen? We do other things outside of the kitchen. A little bit of, we're just out and about, solving crime. No crime, maybe look for it. Maybe go to a region that has crime so we can, because of all the karate, because of all the jujitsu. I would like that. Yeah, I again, fantasy. Maybe all three of us are wearing matching jumpsuits. Maybe all three of us are wearing matching jumpsuits. Can a guy have a fantasy? Can a fella have a, yeah, or maybe them twos can have matching, overalls, fucking latex, leather latex, pleather. I don't really, if they're like allergic to like leather or they're allergic to playtex or whatever, dude, latex, just make whatever. It doesn't, the material doesn't really, cotton, it could be suede. I don't care what they're like, if as long as they're comfortable, I really don't care whatever. I'm not there like satin. They could be, it could be velvet. I don't really have in terms of like, I'm very open-minded. I'm not going to be like, no wool here. If they want to get woolly, tracksuit, all made of wool, who am I to judge? A little bit itchy for my taste, but I'm not wearing that. Who am I to judge? Maybe they get itchy, but then maybe they get a little bit, maybe that helps with the karate. You just, karate with always being a little bit itchy is ready to snap. Let's go. Crime, I'm already a little bit irritated because I'm itchy all over. They'll say that I'm like, ladies. And then maybe, oh man, that would, and that's the thing too. Your man's not with my fantasy. I'm not like saying 10 chicks with karate skills. That'd be too much. In terms of like a solid relay, if we want to like keep it loose, then you can go the sky's the limit with the numbers, whatever you do. But like this is matching tracksuits, a lot of karate, a lot of Adidas running shoes, and a lot of just hopping in and out of convertibles. I would love to just the three of us simultaneously hop in and out of convertibles. We find parking, we park before half an hour. You'll see us hopping in and out of convertibles and also sliding right on the hood. Just the three of us juggling, sliding on the hood. How do they do it? It's I don't know. Got to spend time in a good relationship. Takes time, openness, communication. Come First part of communication is come, lots of come. Communication, intimacy, willingness to elicit. And guess what? Luckily, I've been blessed with 2 ears. 2 ears. So I think that will work perfectly. It's like each one will have 1 ear. And the best thing is when I'm out there, if I'm out there, because that's the way I see it, I might be out there just like, doing, whatever, looking after crime, looking over crime, or whatever else it is that I like to do on my, in my hobbies and interests. Looking at the, we're doing archaeology today. We're digging up dirt. Maybe I like to do that. Maybe I like to just go to the beach and start searching for gold. Maybe I'll plant a couple of trees on my own whilst looking out for crime, whilst undermining crime, whilst overestimating crime, underestimating, whilst doing things. Okay. So I want them to have each other's company so that when I'm gone, they could be scissoring, fellas, but also ladies. That would be, yeah. So when I'm gone, they could scissor, they could be tripping hard, but when daddy gets back, we still trip hard, we still scissor, but we do other things too. We make cookies, we fucking bake, and we get a couple of pets. We take in pets, but then we maybe they're endangered pets. Maybe I look after endangered pets and animals who are out there in danger, and then I find suitable homes for them, and then or release them into the wild. Maybe that's where they were supposed to be in the first place. Maybe that's one of the crimes that I'll be looking into. Maybe I don't know, maybe it's not even a crime. Maybe it's just a poor little whatever. It doesn't even matter. It could be any animal, you name it. A fucking a koala that's just like latching onto the a nice heavy wind or tornado came and picked up a koala from wherever koalas live. I'm guessing the tropical regions of the world, but it's now it's latched onto a cement building in New York. It doesn't belong there. I'll take it. There's 3 of us. We'll look after the koala, fucking make sure it's all good, and then in due time return it back wherever it's meant to be. Or a little fucking baby hippo. You never know, dude. It might be baby hippos are typically found in where? I'm going to guess Africa, somewhere in Africa, and maybe other places too. But somehow, again, a nice little wind, a nice little tornado picked it up, and oh my God, I'm a lost little cute baby hippo in the middle of Metropolis. Help me out here. I don't know how to drive. I'll be like, I got you. We got you. So that'd be nice, dude. I'm just thinking that would be some sort of it doesn't matter how long it is. It could be forever. And then when I, at a ripe old age of, let's say 139, happen to, I've already gone through several bodies. I've already, there is not enough, preservatives to maintain what's left of my brain at that point. I've already gone ahead and uploaded whatever memories I wanted to into some sort of a digital hard drive. And I look forward to the next chapter of my life living as a full-blown cyborg. But now that I'm leaving this place, these ladies could build up. Will probably be in the same age range. They're gonna die with me. We're all gonna die together. Give or take. Simultaneously, probably not. Those are really that's really difficult. But I might go before, they might go after, they might go before, I might. It doesn't matter. The point is, I want them to be together when I'm not theirs, dude. So they can keep each other company and do karate. Fucking mad karate. When daddy's back, we pick it up where we left it from, and more karate. There's nothing wrong with that. Fantasy, a dream, and a boy can turn into a man and have dreams. Potentially it might come true. Maybe I'll start buying them the tracksuits ahead of time so that when it does happen, we're not sitting around wondering, man, we are a nice throuple only if we had matching tracksuits. Daddy's on it, baby. What color you want? Red, yellow, blue, purp? I gotcha. Green, pink. Sliding on top of hoods, convertibles, reverse convertibles. So, cars with roofs. What about cars with no bottoms? How about that? Yeah, you're honest. You're sitting barely but there's no floor. There's no panel on the bottom of this car, dude. This car's reverse convertible. Yeah, nobody sees it, but fucking, the dirt on the ground, the rodents, the ants, the worms, the roadkill, or the ones that are about to become roadkill, get a nice glimpse up your skirt or up my kilt if I'm wearing a kilt. Doesn't matter, dude. The point is, we're gonna have a lot of fun in that sort of fantasy relationship that could turn into a reality. Oh man, just answering phone calls and cars, but I want like our car is gonna have fucking 80s phones in it, dude. Just giant bricks for phones and us receiving phone calls about crime. And our car will turn into a chopper, dude, because that's the type of car we drive around. I don't have a name for us yet, but it could definitely be a thing. It could definitely be a thing. So that's where I'm at in life right now, mostly fantasy in terms of what's happening in reality. Your boy's out there. Your boy's fucking out there, shaved, clean, ready. My condoms, I got condoms. They might be getting close to the expiry date, so just saying, don't let a good thing go to waste. I'd hate to one day be like, oh no, these condoms are expired, and then it's like 10 babies or whatever, or babies with fucking, I don't know what happens if you get pregnant through a near expiry date condom or an expired condom. I don't know what happened. Your baby comes out half plastic. But we're already halfway there anyway with all they do say a lot of, microplastics are a big thing. So, but I'm not worried about that, dude. Baby's gonna be good. Baby's gonna be fine. That's fine. The point is, monogamy versus polyamory. I don't like the whole versus thing. That's the thing that like most, because I read it. I read a couple of articles. I've heard of this term. Never practiced polyamory myself or anything like that. But I don't like the versus thing, because it's versus for the sake of because the verse when you put monogamy or monogamy versus polyamory or polyamory. It becomes like a competition. It becomes like, this versus that. What's better? And then you want it to come out and be like, at the end of the day, this one's better. And that one's worse for A, B, C, and D. But, I don't see it versus. I just see differences and similarities. And, monogamy is good for like if you want to keep things tight. If it's just like you and another. If you and your lover, you want to get fucking you want to make that, you want to make a twin flame, you want to just like hop on each other's backs and just like become one. You want to latch on, batch to peen and become one and crawl everywhere on your backs, and one of you gets tipped over, no worries, because the other one's now on top, so we can walk on his hands and feet. Doesn't matter. The point is that'd be actually pretty dope. I don't know why we don't do that, to be honest with you, ladies, and why don't we latch on in the sexual position, not so sexual, just for like walking around purposes, just fucking like that's a human spider, that's a person spider, that's two people and a spider, that's a spider, or that's a spurson, that's a spurson, that's a spider person, spider people, speeple. That's a speeple right there. That's a good old, that's a speeple. If I've seen one, you'll say that. It's a speeple climbing up a wall. You'll say that. But that's good, man. You keep it tight together. And it's like, if it's two, you can definitely tango. You can eat mango. You can, fucking keep it tight together like that. You can trust each other with shits. Because not to say that more people you wouldn't be able to but there is a certain level of like, you can open up to one individual and that could be the tightest, and you could like share like, deep thoughts, deep emotions, personal things that you've gone through, and then they can share things with you, things that they've gone through, and then you form you form a bond together, and perhaps you go through life experiencing, little bits of, moments of sweetness, little moments of, look at that birdie without, you'll see a bird, you see a mother bird get trampled by a car, and you see a little baby bird left alone in the wilderness, and both of you get touched by that. So you have moments of like bittersweet, like, and you're like, oh, but we got each other despite the fact that this baby bird is all alone in this world. Now we got each other, and then that brings you closer together, because what shared tragedy, that's nice, not for the baby bird, but for you, it's sexy little sons and daughters of bitches out there, you're doing it in a relationship. It's good if you want to like, if you want to do anything that takes two, like let's say again with the tango dancing, oh man, you could dance like, you could do it You could do it, synchronized dancing. You could do ballet together. You could fucking lift each other up. You could put each other down. You could fucking salsa. You could limbo together. Somebody could hold a stick. Somebody could walk under. Somebody could you could do cute things together as a couple. Oh man, get one drink, two straws. Get one drink, no straws. Just both your faces in a cup and a big old. Oh man, this trying to get a ice cream sundae and trying to stuff both your faces into the large cup. It's not gonna fit, but it's cute. And now you got like ice cream and hot chocolate all over your face, and everybody else is grossed out. You gross, dirty fucks. But now you're in your bubble, so it's cute for you. It is cute for you, isn't it? I'm happy for you, genuinely happy for you from the bottom. You could get a pet together. You're like, I don't know if I want a kid. I don't know if I want a pet. Let's experience a pet first and then see if we're ready for a kid. You could do that. Not to say you can't do that with 3, 4 people, but again, it's a little bit, it's more manageable or manageable. It's, you could take, whenever you're going up to sign up for things online, it becomes much easier because automatically if you want to book a plane or a hotel, the first default selection is typically for 2 people, so you don't have to lose seconds of if you're for me, I've lost so many seconds in my lifetime where I have to go manually switch the default setting, which is 2 seats, 2 rooms, whatever, 2, whatever, 2 cars, 2 remote controls, 2 ice creams, 2 furry fucking jumpsuits. And I'm like, no, 1 furry jumpsuit, just 1, because I'm only 1 out here with just 1. Or, a twin bed. I'm like, no, single bed, always, or you get the point. The point is that you don't have to waste seconds like I've wasted many, and if you count those seconds, it adds up to minutes. And yeah, that would be something that you don't have to go through alone. If you wanna always have backup, it's if you're doing things solo, it's nice. But if you're at least with 2 people, if you're 2, you always have backup for whatever. You need to be oh, I'm gonna keep the engine running. We can't park here. Hop behind the wheel in case somebody comes. To make a break for it. I don't know why you'd make a break for it. I don't know why you couldn't just go around in a casual, nonchalant way and just do a little roundabout until somebody gets back. Maybe you're staking out a place to possibly rob the joint. Get a job, get a fucking job. Stop being a menace to society. But also, if you're in it, if you're knee deep in it, I do support love. So, those are the benefits of building a relationship that's based on monogamy. And it's nice. And it's worked out throughout history. That's one of the things about, for a good portion, for the most part, monogamy for if you want to start your own gang, your own familia, monogamy is probably the best. It's more manageable. Not to say it does, I didn't want to do the diverse system, but I guess it does. To each their own. At the end of the day, we're just going through to see what's up. So it has its benefits. If you want to start your own gang and you're man, it becomes too. We want to have a democratic gang, and we want 2 heads of this, the 2 lovers become the head of the gang, and the little ones become the initiates, or they become prospects. Yeah, they come into, but you're not gonna let them in, and they're not, they'll come into. You'll give birth to them. They'll get jackets. They'll get leather jackets, but no insignia, no badges. You got to prove yourself until you get a badge, until you get a patch, until you can't just go around. Oh, it's my bit. You got to earn the right to be part of this familia, this gang familia. I think I'm not quite sure how families work, to be honest with you, but this is why I do. That's my take on it. If you want to have your own little gang and syndicate, you could definitely do it. And it's just more, again, it goes back to management, because there is a question of sometimes they do say too many chefs in the kitchen. And that becomes a situation if it's more than 2 sometimes, and there's way too many differing opinions. Perhaps you have not to say that it can't be done, but if you wanna oh, we are serving at this gang kitchen, we are serving, fucking sandwiches only. With two people, you could decide on that. With three or more, somebody might want us, every once in a while, maybe we could try salads, maybe we could try vegetarian. And, all of a sudden, you're like, the two of you are like big time, you like the meats, and then somebody's coming in with the veggies. It's just like, oh man, hard to decide. So things to with polyamory, or polyamorous relationships. Again, I've never dabbled. I've never engaged in. It would be, again. It's right now. I guess there's different forms of it too, because like sometimes I hear, I'm seeing like there's different forms. It could just be like, I guess if you were having just like chill casual relationships, that in and of itself is kind of polyamory, because you are seeing different people, but not at the same time. Does it mean that you have to simultaneously see everybody that you're seeing at the same time? Because that'd be very difficult to manage. If you're like, man, I'm seeing 4 different people right now, it's just hard to coordinate everybody's schedule and get everybody to show up at the same place for the same activity. Somebody might be on their period. Somebody might be, man, if they're all ladies and it's just them all could sync up and they could all be on their period. And then, so I guess that's probably the downside of polyamory. If you're just one dude and it's like 3-4 chicks, they could just sync up and be on their periods all the time. I don't know how periods work. They could never stop getting their period, dude. So careful what you're getting involved in, man. Or maybe you're like a lesbian couple or a lesbian lady, and you go out there and just get a bunch of other lesbians, and you're all bleeding all over the place all the time. It's not all the time. It'll shut off, I think. It would suck if it's like, if it's synced up and never started to, like, if it just kept going, because it's like, power of 4, it's just like, oh, whatever, dude, that's fine. We'll deal with it when we get there. We'll deal with it if it starts bleeding all the time, just because there's like 4 more of you. Just, man, it's 2024, dude. You can free bleed, you can get tampons, you can get a Tampax, you could, bottle it up, sell it. There's 4 of you. You know how much blood that is between the 4 of you? You could just, I'm sure there's something in there. So polyamory is good. And like the good thing with polyamory is you got to back up to your backup. Like if you are, male, female, female, or male, female, male, or female, female, or whatever. There's only so many combinations you could do. Point is that you always have a backup in case like one of you calls in sick in the polyamory. We're like, oh, we're gonna do a threesome tonight, and somebody, you're like, you get a phone call, you get a text, you get a pigeon flying in through the window delivering a message, you get an owl, typical owl comes in, message with handwritten letter, I can't make it today, I'm sick, can't do it today, my cock is broken, my cock is sick. My cock ain't working, it's coming down with a cough, my cock is coughing. They'll say that. Or, my badge is yeasting. My badge is yeasting, full stop. The yeast in this badge is off the charts. I've never had a yeast infection last this long. I've never had a more yeast infection. This is the most amount of yeast that I've yielded in years. I'm beginning to think I can start selling yeast to bread makers, to local pastry shops, so that they could use the yeast in their delicacies or their, in their sweets, and again in their local breads, and they can't come through. But the good thing is, because there's more than 2 now, you got a backup, so you're not worried about, oh no, we can't have a threesome. The beauty of it is you guys can still bang, unless she spread the yeast infection and the other lady got a yeast infection too. Unless now, or maybe you can't do it, dude. Maybe you got a UTI. Maybe it's burning. So, but that's the beauty of it. Let's say you're out there doing crime. You're looking after crime. You're fighting crime, doing karate on your own. You happen to get caught up in a situation where you're in a Mediterranean setting, or you're in a tropical setting. Things are getting heated. You need to you have to make a couple of moves. You have to make a couple of moves, man, and it involves you getting in the nude. and you happen to, whilst on the job, pick up a UTI, and oh, guess what? It was your throuple anniversary when you get back from the tropics, but it's gonna take like a week or two to pass this through your system. The ladies can still trip, dude. The ladies can still trip. So that's the beauty of it. It's always good to have a backup. It's extra, Oh, I'll just watch today, ladies. I'm just, yeah. How did it go? You know how it went. I went and did karate in the Caribbean. Thank you. And that's what it is. So fight crime, get a UTI, no worries. You got fucking backup right there. It's also like, if you are trying to reach something that's like really like up there, like 3 of you, oh man, get on each other's shoulders, and like the 3, you could reach any height, really. You could fucking climb anything with 3 people. That's pretty much, and if you get more people involved, the higher your chances of climbing even further. That's fucking, there's no door to this building. I'll just, only if I had, 3 other people with me. Oh, guess what? I'm in a relationship with 3 other people. So all of a sudden you're like, no doors, no problem. I'll get anywhere, anytime. Walls, any wall that you want to climb over, 4 people, much easier than just 1 or 2 people. So, tasks that need to be taken care of, such as, banking, such as fucking digging up a nice hole in your backyard to make a nice sexy swimming pool so that your friends, your swinger friends can come and enjoy. Much easier with 3-4 people than 1 or 2 people. So these are all the benefits. As to which ones are better for what purpose, I'd say if you want to, raising probably children will probably going to be easiest doing that. And not to say that it doesn't, there's so many families out there with the, people get divorces, people in regular relationships pass away too. That's a reality of, you've heard of that. Oh, you had a friend probably at one point or another, you were growing up and they didn't have a parent. Why? What happened? Oh, he got, he was riding his motorcycle and an evil hawk came and fucking picked him up and never returned him. Or, he was, my dad used to fight dragons, you'll say that, and he got fucking like bitten by a fucking nasty dragon right there, jugular, fucking filthy dragons. Daddy went out like a champ though. So, or whatever, your mom used to fucking, she used to be a wrangler, and one day the cows decided they had enough and they fucking, they lassoed her. So that, man. Did they go as far as branding? Was it traumatizing? Maybe they did, maybe they did not. I don't want to, those are intimate details of somebody's life story. And I don't know, it's possibilities. All I'm saying is, what we're even talking about. The point is, yes, the point is that, you do have regular monogamous relationships that for whatever reason, you end up with either one parent or no parent at all. And guess what? If you're with like 3-4 people, if both your parents happen to die in like a car crash, or God forbid, because I don't want that for anybody, but like, with these fucking Boeing airplanes these days, they're left, right, and center every week. I don't know what's going on with these Boeing airplanes. Is there some more to the story than there is to the story? What's going on with it? Oh, one week it's missing a nose. 1 week a whole bunch of them are missing bolts. Boeing airplanes, man, they become a thing. I don't know why, but lately, so maybe your parents are flying on a Boeing. Next thing you know, they're fucking, door pops open, your mom, dad are in the middle of a Pacific. What are you gonna do? They're fucking shark meat now. They're tiger shark meat now. They're chum in the water. Your mom's bleeding. Your 2 moms, your 3 moms are bleeding because they've got synchronized PMS, and that's just like sending invites to sharks. So that's probably not good. Tragic. But the point is, I think it would be much easier to probably raise children with just like 2 parents. That would be probably the easiest. Again, it goes back to management. 2 people, 2 presidents, that are doing it, probably makes it easier. A king and a queen, or a queen and a queen, or a king and a king, whatever the fuck you're situated, it doesn't matter. It supports it all. But we're talking about like 2 people versus, multiple people. With multiple people, I don't know about that. I'm not quite that. For me, I'm not quite sure if that. For having funsies, dude, you could be, I think, with as many people as you like. Not to say that you can't have children and be as, but I think if you are, dabbling in the polyamorous life, I think it's good if you're out there with no kids. I think that's because that is one thing you got to remember. It is Because how loose do you want to keep it? Who do you bring into your life? And how do you, and that's probably not the best to, involve children with many of people like coming and going and be like, this for this month it's going to be this is, and or I don't know, or might be, I don't know what kind of, because there might be a community out there in the wilderness that are doing communal activities, and everybody's nice and everybody checks out and everybody looks after each other, and that somehow works out. Maybe in small groups and numbers possible, but like it's hard to, we've all experienced forms of family members, friends, living, growing in families, going into, it's hard to, I don't see it happening like successfully out there. Probably for reasons. It's probably, I guess polyamory is good, probably not the best decision for children. So if you're not gonna have any kids, probably like the best thing to do out there, just go out there and swang dick. Just let them labias loose. Let the labias fly, lady. Let that clit ride the waves. But yeah, and not to say that you can't do monogamy and not have it. There's so many variations to all of it. And that's what I meant originally when I said I don't like the versus thing, because it makes it this like, oh, is this better or is this worse? Or is this worse or better? At the end of the day, as a doctor of love, relationships, a relationship expert who is currently single, which makes him the best expert there is, because he could see things objectively from the outside. Because if my feelings were involved in like a relationship right now, I might not be able to come and tell you. No, I'd probably be able to tell you. I probably would have been knee deep in a vag the night prior, and then I'd come and tell you everything I just told you. I'd probably be 69 in with my lady, and then I'd come and tell you all this. So that, but the point is, although single, he doesn't let his singleness define his practice of being a relationship expert doctor. With the most expertise. The point is, whatever you're doing out there, have fun. It's good that we do talk about it, because I think it's becoming easier to talk about things, whereas before it used to be like, you're talking maybe 50 years or 100 years. These things still were in existence. It's just people didn't talk about it properly or with enough, we're getting good at a lot of things. These are the benefits of learning and living in modernity or post-modern or whatever, like the times right now. Whereas back in the day, it used to be like, you got married and, and that was it. And you had repercussions. Man, if people cheated in a community or whatever, you might have been shunned. You might have, and that still does happen in certain places too. So this is, I guess, these are the, for us who get to, enjoy, certain things in life just due to, I guess, proximity and, where we live and whatnot. So I don't even know what I'm saying. The point is that, it's nice to have options. It's nice to not be like, oh man, there's only this and that. I don't think it's so black and white. I don't think it's so red and blue. I don't think it's so the yellow and purple. I don't think so. I think it's, to each their own is what I say. So have fun with it out there. But, all in all, I'll say this. I'm just working on me and myself, and I'm hoping that one day I will meet my magical karate ladies who we can, together we can fucking just get in a karate circle, and do karate. But that's where my life is at. That's where I'm at right now. I hope whatever you're doing out there, you're having fun. There's many things that are going on in and around the world right now. I believe we're on the verge of it. I believe Elon Musk has predicted that we're gonna, or not predicted, he's projecting, or I don't know, he's just said it, he's saying it. He said it, that there's gonna be about in 10 to 20 years, he said we're gonna probably have about 1 billion robots, humanoid robots walking amongst us, doing things, probably, equipped with AI and all that stuff. Simultaneously, I did see a new video about Boston Dynamics robots, which are great. I'm interested in these things because it's a little bit like, oh man, these are cool things that we used to see as probably children in cartoons and movies, and now we're we're growing, and now we're at that age where we're incorporating tech more and more into our daily lives, and I think it's really cool. It's definitely got areas where like, oh, is this concerning, or is this, oh, is this exciting? This is probably the most exciting thing we've done in quite a bit of time. So it is nice to see all these things. We are, and who knows, maybe we might merge with them. There's always that talk of the singularity. We might merge with tech and become robots ourselves. But until that day comes, right now we are living in an age where we're going to be getting exposed to more robots, and that is pretty cool. But one thing that I saw missing in the whole picture, I did see Boston Dynamics creating Spot, the dog, the robot that dances, opens doors. You guys have seen Spot. And there's also the other Boston Dynamics robot named Atlas that does parkour, backflips, picks objects off a table, puts it on a table, and all that. But I'm thinking, man, they missed the whole Boston Dynamics, dude. If you want, I will, for $1 billion, we can go half-seas on this idea, right? Take the robot dog, take the robot human, mash them together, just as science and tech, just, put them together. What do you have? What do you have? You have Robo Dog, the best of both worlds. A Robo Dog, so a robot that's a dog that's your friend. It's like a Robo Dog that could, like, go out there and do the things that you might not want to do. Do the things that, the things that you want to do. Maybe he does it with you because he's a robot dog. He'll hang with you. He'll be your dog. He'll be your homie. And he'll, areas where, I'm a nuclear power plant safety inspector. This place seems radiant. I don't want to go in there, Robo Dog. Would you mind? Not at all. Your Robo Dog will go in there and check out the facilities. And fucking on a walkie-talkie, we got people, just foaming from the mouth on the floor because of the radiation. Get some help, and also, step away. Save yourself. And you're like, what about you, Robo Dog? What about you? And he'll say, I'm a robot, dude. I'm a full-blown robot. Don't worry about me. You just wash me off after, and I'll be all fine. We're like, oh, thank God, because if it was a human, we would have lost another human. And that's something to look out for, man. But that's just in the future. But it's also very close by. So I do see, us, stepping into, again, new forms of relationships, not just with us, but with humans and robots and AI and tech. It's exhilarating. I'll say that. And I'll get a sip of this for a second. Excuse me for a moment, if I may. But that's neither here or there. Ladies and gents, it's Friday. It's Friday. We talked a good portion about relationships, different types of love, whatever you're doing out there. I like to remind you that enjoy life, have fun with it. Everything in retrospect is a W for you. And where can you find these videos? You can find these videos on Instagram. You can find them on YouTube. You can subscribe there, so you get the notification. Subscribe on YouTube. If you subscribe, get the notifications so it reminds you. And that's where it comes in full length, baby. If you like full length fucking videos, that's where it comes. And you're like, where else? Patreon.com/RobSadras, where you can find the same show, but you can support the show and watch it grow before your eyes. And yeah, I'll be back again next Wednesday. In the meantime, have a blessed weekend. Have a tight liddy weekend. Eat some puss. Take some cack to the mouth. And fucking bang one out for the fam. I know you're doing it out there for the love. But, keep doing it for the love, but also keep doing it for the game, baby. Until next time, which is very close because it's next week again. When? Wednesday and Friday, right? Man, the questions. I'll be back. Have fun. Peace out.